Hello, this is Aaron. I play Magic way too much. Okay, so Arlinn Cord, I'm kind of wrapping it up. I want to show you my common and uncommon deck. This deck only has commons and uncommons and has done really well for me. I think I've won 10 in a row. I'm going to show it to you and kind of tell you. You can kind of see the cards that I'm showing you, and I'll kind of get rid of these. This is a card I like but didn't use. So it's not important that you have exactly the same thing like didn't use. It's not important you have every single card in the deck that I'm showing you, but it is important that you kind of think through, kind of get your best cards. There's plenty of commons and uncommons that are really good. This was actually a really tough choice. Well, not that tough, but what I did with this common, uncommon deck is, I really like this card. It's just so good, but I just don't have a spot for it. What I did is I put in one werewolf, and with the one werewolf, when I'm drawing the werewolf and giving it 9 mana, I get it for free each time, and I know exactly what I'm going to get. So that was my kind of trick in here, and it worked out really well. And the other thing I want to say, the other thing that was kind of tough choice, is I'm using this card, this Devour in Flames, deal 5 damage to target creature and give or creature or planeswalker, and give 5 mana to your opponent. So it really costs you 8 mana, but I kind of like it, and I use it only if I need to. But I did keep this in my deck, and it was kind of one of the wild cards that I normally don't use, but I kept. The substitute for that card is right here, Lightning Axe. Discard 1 card, and target creature takes 6 damage. If this said target creature or planeswalker takes 6 damage, I would keep it, but I didn't. So here's my final deck. I'll kind of go through it again. Here is I just have the one creature. I have 3 total, but the one werewolf, I should say. I have to be able to kill their creatures. The powerful green cards is speeds up matching, so you get more loyalty very quickly, and you get your cards out quickly. Destroy a support. Every red deck should have that card in it. No exceptions. It's just so great. One thing, I have a lot of cards with Berserker. This is just wonderful with Berserker. I already talked about that. This, in many, many, many red decks, this should be there. It's in it's in my Koth deck. It just mixes things up so much, and often you get this out for free. You know, it only costs 8, and you get 8 when the 2 blocks are destroyed. I really Scour from Existence. I used to have it in all my decks, and then I took it out, and I am liking it more and more. And I kind of think, here's another creature with Berserker, but I have 2 kill creatures and Devour in Flames, which does 5 damage. So that is just so important in the deck, especially with this mana creep that's going on, or power creep, I should say, is that, you get Olivia, or you get some of these creatures that are just impossible. Like, your opponent pulls it out and they just kill you. Well, you have to have 2 or 3 ways to just wipe it off the face of the earth, because, there we go. I finished 1100 in the last round. I don't really play too much. I only played about 10 games. And actually, I won 10 in a row. It only shows 8 on that board. One of them, I had won. It was going to the victory screen, and then my phone died. I hate that. Like, so many of those losses are just silly losses. So here's the basics on her again. Is we're matching red and green. We're playing against Liliana. So I'm going to match my red first, then green, then black. That's kind of my basic order. Let's see what we have. Nothing I can use. So let's just kind of put that in order and see where we can go. Not a bad start. I got over 12. So, but this is just a nice solid deck. And actually, this format, I actually like a little bit better than the one I showed you in the last Arlinn Cord. In the last Arlinn Cord, I had 3 werewolves, and I was trying to really maximize that werewolf potential, because, right here you give 4/4 to any creature and then fetch the next werewolf, and the werewolves get 4/4 in the last ability. I I really like that. So we need to remember that they have this guy, and it can kill one of your creatures if they have another creature out. So, but I think I like this better. And if I was to remake my like primary deck, let's do that. I get one less, or actually I get two more, but I like getting the 2 loyalty. It just seems to work better. It's less clunky. And I know exactly what I'm going to get each time I pull up that extra card. The extra 9 mana I get for the werewolf. That didn't make sense, but you knew what I meant in the second ability. So Liliana, I just remembered right there that she kills my first and last card. So, do I want to... Because of that surprise, it kind of threw me off guard, and that happens sometimes. Well, there's a lot of mana. And since they don't have... This will work out really well. They don't have any cards. So giving 5 mana to no cards means nothing. So I'm just fine with that. And also, playing against Liliana, you just want to play whatever cards you have. Saving it doesn't work too well. So here's where we go. We have 9. We're just going to fetch the next one, and it goes right out. I know exactly what it is. It's a good card, and I'm going to match red, green, and there's no red and green. But it's just so good. Now, this is going to give Berserker to my other creatures when it transforms. And that first ability can actually be used on anything. And so, on any creature. So it doesn't have to be wasted, let's say. So there you're going to destroy... when this creature dies... Well, this isn't good, because I'm going to kill it no matter what. I might as well not take any damage. And since I know that none of my cards matter here, I would match something like that, but there's none available. So this is going to be tough because he doesn't have trample, and I'm going to kill it every single turn. So actually having Berserker against this card right here is not good, and I got really lucky there that the ability didn't work because it was drawn back, because that would have, when you cast this 5/3, it actually kills one of my cards. So that's let's actually go and make this guy bigger, and trying to match red and green. This is actually going to be a really tough match, because since my guys all have Berserker, these 2 creatures are just going to pop up every single time. So, it's going to be very interesting. Well, actually I lost with the last Arlinn Cord deck, and it just kind of shows you that there's no perfect deck, and even here I'm not getting much matches. At least that has trample, so I'm a little ahead, but I'm going to fight this same battle every turn. What do you think, guys? Do you see a way out? Do you even see like a card that would do it? Well, so I got red and green. Black is the preferred match otherwise. At least that does 3 damage, and they're not bringing both cards back. So we just had that Halloween event, and I'm sure that's why this deck is out here. Not that it's a bad deck, it's just It's wild. So even if I use that first ability, it's gonna make my guy have 4 defense, and that's not enough. I will give him first strike here though, and that will be good. At least, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do 5 damage. So I'm kind of whittling him down, but every turn he's getting me for a few. Let's see if I can stay ahead. Okay, here is, like I said, this is one of my favorite creatures, Volcanic Rambler. So perfect. I'm glad I got him out. And also I have some options there with all the new loyalty I got. And actually this might be really good because now I am not going to have Berserker. And actually this, perfect. This is a good way to get out of this. I can't have anything with Berserker. And that gives it Berserker. So actually I'm not going to be able to use any of that, and then transforming it doesn't do much either. Okay. Well, I have one idea that might work. Okay. So red and green, trying to get 3. That's a good way to do it. Well, I'm 12 ahead right now. 17 ahead. And I'd rather have that 4-2 doing damage to me than that 5 that they just had. That has Berserker, and I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to let it out, at least. And let's just kind of keep moving here. Oh, I forgot that they destroyed my cards. Okay, so red and green. Okay, staying 15 ahead. I think it was 17 ahead last time. Something like that. Very interesting. This is, I mean, one thing about these decks is that you can copy other people's, and that's one thing that's nice. And it's really just this one card that's given me fits. Because my deck, darn it, this is going to hurt me. Because my deck is really based around Berserker. Well, that did it. Well, because I need to kill it, and it's not going to come back with... Yeah, okay. I know I'm not talking as much, but this is a fierce match. But hopefully I can... They're only going to bring back 1 creature at a time, so if I can get rid of that 10-6 and just make it a 5-3, that's my goal here. And now we're tied. And I'm going to get another one of these creatures out. Give it a little more stamina as I'm attacking. No. Actually, if that doesn't transform, I'm better off. But I'm in real trouble here. Well, and it did transform. And so I need to make it so it's not going to die. And that'll make it so it won't die this turn, which is nice. And if this was enraged, it might, I don't know if that would help me or hurt me. It might actually help me because I would have been a little more ahead. So now that I've swapped this, this actually is going to be good because it will transform it so it doesn't get Berserker. Then I'm going to do 15 damage, and I'm really looking for loyalty, but I'll do that instead. And if nothing crazy happens here, even if... What happened there? Oh, I think they killed their own creature, and now I'm going to get my creature killed. Well, all I had to do is say if nothing crazy happens, I'll be okay, and then I'm sure my guy's going to die right here. Yeah, what a combination. What a combination. You guys, you have to use it. Take advantage of all these little tricks. And there's nothing I can do here. My ability doesn't help. I have red and green matches that are positive for me. Just trying to get 3. It's going to destroy my thing in the process. Wow. Well, each game's a little different. Arlinn Cord is not my favorite. I think it's a good specialty deck. I think that it is just fine when you're trying to get out werewolves, you know, and you're getting the extra mana, or getting the extra ribbons for that. But otherwise, I don't like her. I think she's my least favorite. It's not just because of this loss. It's just I wouldn't use her, guys. So, and that's it. Another another defeat. And I'll post it just because it's what happens. We all lose games. So you can see that my win percentage is like 93%, but not with Arlinn Cord. Arlinn Cord is just not... It's a very, very specialized deck. And also with the, you only get +3 with green and +3 with red. So you get +6 total. All the other dual colors have a way better curve than that. Maybe not way better, but 7's better and 8's better. So Soren I know is +8. So something to consider, guys. That's why I go over them. She's in the vault for another month, and I wouldn't bother. If you have the extra mana or extra crystal, sure. But thanks, guys. Bye.